love bug. It is week 2 of the Artist Swim Challenge. So I wanted to do a little vlog and yap in general, because I really want to yap. And also yap about my progress so far with the Artist Way. Week 1 was really fun. My artist day was really fun too. I painted, and drawing and painting are usually like 2 things that I don't do as much because I tend to be a lot more critical of them, like feeling like I need it to be perfect before I actually stop and things like that. But I really just let myself enjoy it and do it for fun. And I painted a picture of the moon smoking a joint because I painted the moon and she looked so pretty, and I was like, God, now I have to get her a joint. So that's what I did. My morning pages have been really fun and really helpful for me, like just writing stream of consciousness. I already journal, I'm already a writer, so that's already something I tend to do in my day-to-day. But doing like more of it, I feel like has been really helpful for me. I brought cookies and I brought tea. I don't have a cart this time because I'm on a smoking break. I'm just working on being more present, really being here to enjoy reality and to enjoy life and to enjoy the peace that I've cultivated and created for myself. I have fought very, very, very hard to get to where I am today. And I don't tell people that. I don't tell a lot of people about my journey, about my experiences, about the things that I've gone through. This is probably going to be more of a safe space for me to talk about things. Just because I want to be more vulnerable and open, because I tend to be more private. And I think that's great, but I think I can protect myself and be open and be vulnerable at the same time. I think I've reached that place within myself where I feel comfortable doing that. And I feel capable of protecting myself and keeping myself safe. But yeah, I have fought really, really hard to get to where I am today. And so I want to be here presently to enjoy it. So for me, that means being sober a little bit more. I don't want to be entirely, like, I want to be able to enjoy things recreationally when I feel like it, when I want to. And I feel like I'm at that point where I can do that, which is another thing I want to talk about in today's yapping session. Leona, my bebecita, I love you so much. Leona, my beautiful baby. It's my daughter. I love you so much. Okay, I'm on laptop. So much. Leona, my bebecita. Are you stuck? You're silly, silly. There you go. Okay. Leona, 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 I love your stinky aroma. You're so precious, and I love your stinky face. I say stinky aroma because one time when she was a kitten, she pooped in my bed of clothes, of clean laundry, and on my outfit that I had set out for myself for the day after, or for the next day, and it stunk. It stunk so bad. She's very stinky, but I love her. I love her so much. She's also a little weird. She, like, when I get home and I take off my clothes, she will rub herself against my clothes. She will also put her entire head in my shoes when I get home and I take off my shoes. She's a little weird. I love her so much. But yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about today. I want to talk about myself and my journey a little bit more, and I also want to talk about, am I still recording? Let me make sure I hit the record button, because my OCD is telling me that I didn't. And so now I have to make sure that I did. Yeah, I did. We're so back. We're so bad, guys. Make sure I'm not flashing you guys. I watched back the first video. God, my butt is so. No, I'm sorry. Because I watched it back and I watched myself climb into bed and I was like, oh my god, I need a clone today. I need a clone in several days alone. Modern poet. But anyways, that's what I want to talk about more today, is like my journey, especially my journey with spirituality, because I've been like reflecting and thinking a lot about things, and I feel like it's perfect for this because a lot of what I've been reading in this book are things that I've been thinking about. So I feel like that's why I've been feeling called to read this, because it's exploring the themes that I've already been exploring. Like, I've been really thinking about, like, for me, I really believe in the universe. I believe in source. Like, that's my belief. And I believe that we are all an extension of the universe. I believe that we are all the universe experiencing itself, right? So I believe that in that, we are creator. We are our own creator. We're not the creator, but we get to co-create with the universe. We get to just make things in our everyday life, whether it's like actual artistic creations or whether it's, you know, other things. Maybe I need to cut her nails. She keeps getting stuck on the blanket. She hates when I cut her nails, though. She yells at me the whole time. But yeah, I believe that we're all an extension of the universe. So I believe that in that, once we realize that, and once we learn to love ourselves and to honor how precious we are, and what a precious gift we are to ourselves and to the world, the universe rewards us for learning to love ourselves and to see ourselves in the same light that it sees us. Because the universe loves itself, so it loves all of us too, because we are it, you know? And I also believe that once, like I said, once we learn to honor that gift, once we learn to really honor ourselves and our authenticity and return home to self. And to me, when I say return home to self, I'm talking about the inner child. I'm talking about really connecting back with our inner child, because I feel like that is the closest that we get to God, to source, to the universe, to whatever you believe in. Because I feel like our inner child is our purest form. It's the form of us before the world got to us. Me personally, I don't remember my childhood. Crazy trauma memory loss, you know. But I've been learning little by little to reconnect with my inner child through, like, because I feel like for a very long time I've based my worth on productivity, on how much I am able to do. And I have, in that, overworked myself and dissociated through a lot of my life. Which is, I mean, a lot of people do. It's not a super, like, unique experience, because I feel like all of us are in survival mode because of the way that society is set up. We are all in this defense, in this ego. And in being in our ego, we are unable to see how we are all one, how we are all created, how we are all connected, how we are all the universe, how we are all literally stardust, like, and I think there's something really magical about that, and once we get to see that magic, we get to see the magic in life again, just like our inner child was able to. I'm sorry, I'm like playing with my hair because I have so much hair now. It's so long and I'm so happy about it. I want to grow it super, super long. When I imagine future me, I imagine her having really, really long blonde hair all the way down to like my feet. Kind of like Rapunzel. I love Rapunzel. But yeah, I feel like once we connect to that play, to that fun, to that just state of being, not doing, not acting, not creating, just being, just existing, coming out of survival mode, coming out of feeling like we have to fight to defend ourselves against one another. I think that's what creates so much chaos in this world, is a lot of people are at each other's throats because we're all trying to survive. We're trying to get by. So it's hard to not be at each other's throats when you're trying to survive, you know? It's kind of like the animal world, except for us, it's money and greed and oppression and the government and, you know, like that kind of thing. We're all against each other when we could just realize that we are literally connected. And I was thinking about this yesterday too, because I was watching The Bear, and I was up really late watching The Bear. It's why I'm up now, because it's like 5 in the morning. But I was watching The Bear, and it was the wedding episode, the Tiffany's wedding episode, and it was the scene where Richard was talking to the stepdad, and he was kind of realizing that they were all connected and that they were all going through a similar thing. Like, everybody was scared, everybody was nervous to be there, and it stopped fights and chaos from happening, because usually that, you know, family, there's a lot of dysfunction, they tend to fight, they tend to be at each other's throats. But once they realized that they were all just afraid, they, you know, kind of melted together and fused together. And I think that's really beautiful, and I think that's what we all collectively need to do more of, is less trying to figure out how we are different and more trying to figure out how we are alike. More trying to see that and see those ways. I also think once we start to honor the gift that we are and honor that we are an extension of the universe and return home to our inner child, we become unstoppable, right? We realize that we do not need anything outside of ourselves, because we are our own source. We are source. We are our own power, our own energy. We get to draw from that place. I think also, like, things like insecurity, shame, like self-hatred can kind of melt away when you start to fuse everybody together and realize that we're all one. Because I've always been a very loving person, but I struggled with self-hatred for many, many years. And when I started to become more spiritual and see, or like realize how we're all an extension of the universe, it really made me realize, oh, all of these things that I see that are so beautiful about other people are also in me. And all of these things that other people see are so beautiful about themselves are also in me. Like, you know? She knows. She's like, hell yeah. But that's basically what this book talks about, and it's really exciting to read it, and to read about how, like, creativity and returning to that creative self, creating not for doing, not for productivity, not for money, creating for fun, for play, for the sake of just creating. That's another thing. This world, okay, a lot of spiritual people will talk about masculine and feminine energies, and a lot of people who are like, who know of the, like, you know, common man and woman of society will be like, oh, that's bullshit. I don't think it's bullshit, but hear me out, because I'm gay and I'm, like, my gender is, like, strange. Like, I don't know what my gender is, but I still definitely believe in masculine and feminine energy. I just don't think it's man or woman. I don't think it's what our society deems as man or woman. I think it's energies, masculine being doing, being action, being working, feminine being receptivity, flow, natural state, being, nurturing. And I think that this society, this world, is very too in our masculine energy. Also why a lot of people tend to hate women, because a lot of women are very in their feminine energy, but not all women. But anyways, I think that society is very in its masculine energy of doing, of action, of working, and not just being, not playing, not fun. And I think that's what causes such a dysfunction in society, because there isn't that balance that is so crucial. And I understand, because I'm someone who has really struggled with balance in my life. I've been diagnosed with bipolar this year, and for me, I tend to be in one extreme or the other, and it's been really challenging for me to have to learn to balance things. Like, like recently I've been really learning to balance work and self-care. So balancing action, taking aligned action towards my goals, and taking care of myself, like coming out of that and going back to self-care, going back to, okay, what can I do to nurture myself? What can I do to just sit back and relax and receive, you know? And that's been something that was at first challenging for me, but I think now that I am starting to realize that productivity isn't everything, it's getting a lot easier because I'm learning to really slow down, to release time, to understand that time is a construct, and rushing does not get you anywhere, and to just be and do things out of love, do things for myself out of love, even when it's a task, even when it's a goal, like doing it from a place of love and intention, and true, like pure intention, and slowing down and just being intentional about the way that I do things. And again, I think that society makes that very hard for a lot of people, the way that it's set up, because I don't think that society or many, like any governments, want their people to be free or be able to sustain themselves or be able to support themselves or be able to realize that all of this is bullshit and we could just like live off a garden and be happy, you know? Which is why my goal is to disappear one day. I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. But okay. I want to save up enough, and I want to buy an acre of land, and I want to build my own cop house. I think I talked about this in the last one. I can't remember. But, let me do some show and tell, because otherwise I'm just going to keep yapping. And I'll get back to yapping, but I want to do some show and tell first. This is a painting / drawing that I made the other day. I just started drawing myself because I was like, you know what? I didn't have anything to do. It was a self-care day. I'd already done all of my other tasks. And I was like, you know what? I haven't drawn in years. I stopped drawing because I have OCD, and to me that really shows up as perfectionism a lot. Another really great thing to research, I have ADHD, you're gonna have to bear with me with my jumping from topic. But another really good thing to research and to look into, I'm super excited about this, but this is not like an exciting thing, the pillars of white supremacy. Because those are the things that really uphold our society today because of, colonization. And one of the pillars is perfectionism. Another is sense of urgency. So time, perfectionism, feeling like everything has to be perfect. Like, these are a lot of things I feel like as a society we really need to learn how to release. And that starts with the individual, that starts with the self, that starts with doing that inner work. I think that tends to have a ripple effect, and I spent a lot of my life trying to help other people help themselves until I realized that I am doing a lot more of a difference just helping myself and that having a ripple effect and allowing myself to be an example for those who want to learn, for those who want to take that example, instead of trying to force that example onto people who do not want to take that example, But I made this and I was super not critical of it. You should know this too. And I was really proud of myself for not being critical of it. I just started drawing myself. I took a picture of myself and I was like, you know what, I'm going to draw this. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to get the watercolor out. And then I got the watercolor out. I talked about this in the first one, but I didn't show it, so now I'm showing it. This is what I want to do, the painting that I want to decoupage. I want to do something like this, like a heart with rose petals, some flowers in the middle, but coming out of like the ventriculars. I can't remember what part of the heart it's called. The cardiothoracic surgeons will know. But I also want to read some of my morning pages. Let me see which one to read though, because I have a couple. This one is a really good one. I'll read this one because this most of my days, at least this week, I've been having really good days. Like, I've been feeling really good. But this was a day where I started having a pretty bad day. Because something that my therapist said randomly enough, like, made me kind of spiral. And I started to feel bad about myself and feel bad about my progress. And I kind of had to stop myself and snap myself out of it. Okay. Hi, love. This was July 12th. What day is it today? Today is July 15th. Okay. Hi, love. I wish I had happy things to say today, but I don't feel so great, so I'm probably going to rant. I slept all day, which is probably good because I think I really needed the rest. And I'm going to stay up and have a self-care day and fix my sleep schedule tonight. I had a nightmare and I actually remembered all of it when I woke up this time. I'm not saying what it's Yesterday when I woke up, I felt really proud of myself for all that I've been doing for myself, for all that I've been accomplishing, such as healing from my trauma, learning to, because I finished EMDR. Round of applause! Learning to love myself, learning to be myself, becoming more spiritual, being happy, being sober and present. And then I talked to my therapist, and I'm not going to say what she said. But you know what? I'm tired of people giving their 2 cents and their opinion on me and my path, and not offering any help while judging while I do all of this myself. I am so proud of myself. I have been taking so many steps towards my goals. And of course, there's more that I want to accomplish and build for myself. But I did all of this myself, and I got closer to the universe myself. I learned things and healed from my trauma myself. I learned to love myself and decided to give myself the best myself. I learned to be myself myself. I taught myself to slow down and regulate my nervous system myself. I taught myself that I am an extension of the universe and don't need anything outside of myself myself. I learned to enjoy being present and sober myself. I learned to release time, perfectionism, shame, guilt, and to do these things out of love and from a place of stability and not take on too much myself. I found my footing and my pace and a good self-care and work balance myself. I did all of this myself. I have been doing my absolute best. I have been trying so hard for myself, and I have been doing an extraordinary job. And even if no one is proud of me, I am proud of myself. I am so capable, I am so smart, and I am the furthest thing from a failure. I am successfully giving myself the world one day at a time, and I can do absolutely anything and everything I put my mind to, and I know I am going to accomplish all of my goals. I know I am going to give myself absolutely everything, and I am going to do it my way and at my pace because I know what's best for me better than anyone. Of course, I want to accomplish more for myself, but doing so out of rushing, out of fear, out of shame will get me nowhere. I'm going to do it from a place of endless love and adoration for myself. I am so proud of myself for standing up for myself and deciding that I am going to be proud of myself and recognize myself for all of my hard work. I like that entry. I like it because I like how I was able to really stop myself and pull myself out of it. What my therapist said wasn't particularly bad. I want to preface that. I love my therapist. She's amazing. It just, the lens I had on it, the way I was looking at it, really made me feel bad about myself because of my own insecurities and my own shame around my progress or my goals or just the things that I haven't gotten done for myself yet, because I have done a lot for myself, but there is a lot more that I want to accomplish. And sometimes I feel the urge to rush myself or throw myself into work and get as much done as I possibly can. And I could do that. I know I could. I've done that in the past. But it wouldn't be from a place of love, and that's not what I want. I want it to be from a place of love. That's what's really important to me. What else did I bring to show today? I think that's about it. What else can I talk about? The new season of The Bear. God, I love this season so much. First of all, Iowa Debris. She's so talented. The scene where her dad had, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched The Bear, skip this part. The scene where her dad had a heart attack and she was in the hospital and she was crying made me cry like I have a dad. Like that shit. That was insane. That was insane. And then the episode that she directed, I haven't even watched it yet. I started it and I got so excited that I was like, I have to go to sleep because otherwise I'm going to watch this entire season. She did it inspired by Barefoot Contessa. I grew up watching that. It made me feel old, but I'm not old because my grandma used to leave it on, and that's why I watched it. I was just raised by my grandma. That's the issue. It's not that old. I'm not old, guys. I'm a little old. I'm not that. I'm kidding. I have my matcha. Cheers. 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 Instead of smoking today, we will cheers. Cheers. That's been another thing because I've really struggled. I'll talk about that. I've really struggled in the past with substance abuse. And learning moderation has been something that has been very, very difficult for me. But I think I owe almost all of it to my spirituality and really realizing that I am my own source and that I don't need anything outside of myself. Like having that full confidence and trust and faith in myself, which has also hugely helped my self-esteem. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I had a moon and sword photo shoot that I had planned. I can't remember if I talked about it last time. I wanted to take pictures where like I was holding the sword. I wanted to be holding it by the blade, so that I would have blood coming down. And I wanted to be holding it so that it would be pointing through the moon, like piercing the moon, because it was a full moon. I didn't end up doing it exactly like that because I had to compromise. My camera doesn't have, like, it can't keep on flash when I am, when I'm taking videos. Let me make sure that this is still recording. Hold on. We're so back. Okay, sorry. What was I? Oh yeah. My camera does not have flash on when I'm taking videos. So I had to recruit an assistant, my mother, to take the photos for me. So they didn't come out exactly how I would have wanted, but I'm still really proud of myself for my effort. I'm still really proud of myself for the energy that I put into it. I want to redo it one day, especially because it's like the first photo shoot that I've done that I've put up. I got cut off! So we are doing a part 2! Sorry guys, that was aggressive. But, let me do it to be a little show and tell. Let me show some things off, because otherwise I'm gonna get sucked into this drawing, and I want to draw, but let me show you some things first. Here are some lighters that I've been working on for my business. They're couples matching lighters. I want to do more. I'm not super happy with how these turned out. They're not my favorite, but I don't hate them. I think that they still are pretty. They're just not my favorite. Like, this is a Hello Kitty lighter I made. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to make sure. Please focus, bro. Okay, sorry guys. It's not working. There we go, that's right. But yes, this is my Hello Kitty lighter. I really like how this one came out. hold on. I'm getting the Kuromi one. This is the first one that I made. She's so pretty. I love her. My sword! This is the sword I used for the Moon and Sword photo shoot. Sorry, the sword dropped. The sword fell. Hold on. Calcifer! I made Calcifer. I want to make another one. I want to make a candle holder, but this is an incense tray. Seashells I collected at the beach, and a Dove soap bar. That was not my choice. This is what I use to smudge. It's a great alternative to Palo Santo and sage because of close practices. This is dried orange peel. You just dry it in the oven for at 200 degrees for 20 to 30 minutes. Usually it's over. Usually for me it's like 40 minutes. You just keep an eye on it, and then once it's dry you take it out and then you burn it. This is a rose jewelry tray that I made. I like it because it looks like it belongs to a fairy. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Here are my lovely and beautiful tarot cards. This is the Crow Tarot, and this is the Tarot of the Shadow Realm, my first tarot deck. The first one warped, so I got this one for my birthday. Dried roses and sunflowers and baby's breath. As a witch, this is an essential. This is also funny. These are 2 stickers that my mom got me, and every time I see them I giggle because it's like, what was the thought process behind this? My daughter is a whore and a witch. She'll love these. Because why? Like, I know why, but like, are you like, okay. It's Spider-Man! Spider-Man, of course. Oh lord, I'm so sorry, Spider-Man. He's on my dream board. Another witch essential. I gotta make another one though, because they're not working. They are not working. My nightmares have been something else. What else do I want to show off? I'm trying to think. Here's a painting I made of myself a little bit ago I thought was cute. It's so cute, it's me! It's a little baby! This is one of the paintings I want to decoupage with the rose petals. As a witch and as an entrepreneur, because my goal with my business, Rose Studios, is to really merge spiritual crafts and artistic crafts, and really bring magic to creation in general. This is good. Let me make a correct you on this one too. Because I know that's not going to save. Once it gets too long on here, it cuts it off. I say that feeling. Sorry. Okay. Where did I put my pencil? I can just use a different one. Okay. Where's the back? What are some other things I want to talk about? Oh, I can talk about me. Let's start from the beginning. Childhood. Like I said, I don't really remember a whole lot. From what I do remember though, because of like my trauma, I was a really serious kid. I was also a really weird kid, but I was mostly just a really like serious kid. I was always the kid that got like called mature for their age and stuff, which made me great among adults, but not so much among like making friends my age and stuff. So that was a source of insecurity for me because I had a really hard time making friends growing up, and finding people who wanted to be friends with me. And it also made me really susceptible to like bullies and like mean girl kind of things, because those were the types of people I usually ended up being friends with because I thought they liked me because I'm autistic and I couldn't tell that they were faking it. But you know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. You gotta save your tears. But yeah, that was childhood. Also a lot of trauma, like I said. I don't really remember a lot of it, which is something that's kind of difficult for me, like the memory loss. I suffer from trauma because sometimes I want to know what happened to me or what I went through, and I think that is hard for me. Even though I know my brain is protecting me for a reason, it's still hard. It's hard to know something when you went through, or your inner child went through, and to not know it. Like for a really long time, I felt like a bad person. I felt like my inner child was protecting me. I was like, she shouldn't have to do that. She's a fucking kid. And then I realized that I was a kid too. I was a kid too, and I just felt that way because that was what she had to go through. I dealt with a lot of parentification as a child. So that became a source of guilt for me, feeling like I was parentifying my inner child, which I kind of was for a little bit by like taking this role of authority, forcing myself to be really productive in order to feel worthy of stuff, like that kind of thing. But I got out of it. It just took me some time and some learning. I'm having a really hard time with this eyebrow though. That, I'll tell you that. I'm having a really hard time with this eyebrow. Why is this eyebrow so hard? It was so easy to do that one. I did it really lightly. That's how I did it. That's how I did it. I'm so good at what I do. Anyways, I really want tattoos, like so bad. I'm poor though, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. music, but I'll get copyrighted in like a year if I do that. I also want to do a what's in my bag, but I don't have anything interesting in my bag. I have business cards. I have cards to my hairdresser who did my calico hair. Shout out Carolina, she's awesome. I love her. I have 2 knives. I have a fidget toy. I have my wallet, a protection spell that I carry with me, another wallet that is empty because it's pretty, a purse that is falling apart because I need a new one, I'll talk about another thing that is very specific to my experiences. I feel like other people have experienced this too, but like I'll talk about my experience with it. I really feel like rock bottom is one of the best things to happen to me, and hear me out. I feel like it really freed me from a lot of things I was trapped by, such as shame, guilt, people pleasing, fear, doubt, limiting beliefs, just all the things that were holding me back. It really freed me from that because I hit rock bottom. Like there's no lower you can go than that, and once you hit that point, it's like, oh, now I have to go up. Like now there's no other direction. Like we have to go that way, and I did. I went upwards, and I'm really happy that I did because it really helped me learn to love myself. I think I got myself through some very difficult things, and I had no choice but to admire my strength by that point. Something hanging from the moon, but I don't know how to make hanging from the moon. What do I make hanging from the moon? I also need to fix this part because it's lopsided and it's bothering me. I'm trying not to let it, but it is. I tried. Bloody hell, I tried. Bloody hell is such a good swear word. Like, fuck British people, but British people really did their thing with that one. They did. Sometimes some swear words just aren't hard enough, and I have to hit them. Bloody hell. Especially like in the British accent, like bloody hell. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. Sorry. Oh, I'll talk about Love Island. Because I haven't watched it. I don't watch it. I've never been into reality TV, but I've been obsessing over little clips of them. Not of all of them. Specifically, Amaya Papaya, America's Princess, and Serena and Cordell, and Alendria. Mostly Amaya Papaya, just because it's really nice to see someone like be so authentically themselves and so like proudly themselves. Like, it's something that I see a lot in other neurodivergent femmes, like that kind of energy of just being really like eccentric, having a lot of energy. It's something that I've gotten judged for a lot and criticized for a lot in the past, which has led me to a lot of like insecurity about it. But I've learned to embrace that part of me, to embrace that I am a lot, you know? I'm a sensitive person. I'm a loud person. I love really hard. I feel very deeply. And that's something that I've learned to embrace about myself and to really go, you know what? That's me. If that's not your cup of tea, then don't drink it. Exactly like she said. She's so smart. I need to get my markers. Let me go back to talking about my life. High school was okay. I still like I said, like, right now I'm at a point where I'm really comfortable being alone and being by myself, and I like would prefer to be that way. Like, people say like lone wolf kind of thing. That's kind of like where the energy I feel like I'm in right now, and I'm not mad about it, honestly. Like, I feel really content with myself. I feel really happy with my own presence. I feel like I really am my own best friend and my own lover in a lot of ways. Does, you know, the human part of me crave connection sometimes? Yes, of course. Will I be open to connection? Of course. Do I need some time to heal? Hell yeah. But I'm taking my time. And the reason I brought that up is because in high school, I was the kind of person that really kept to myself. I didn't really have a lot of friends. I didn't make friends. I didn't look to make friends. And I've been kind of like feeling like I'm returning back to that energy, but not in a bad way. Like, my mental health was really good at that point, and it was because I was kind of isolated. Wait, I'm sorry. Like, people, I think, shit on isolation a lot. When in reality, I think hermit modes and going into hermit is not always a bad thing. I think yes, community and connection and socialization are very human, very normal things. I do think, however, that real, genuine community has become hard to come by. And I haven't found my people yet, but I know that I will. In the meantime, I'm really enjoying my own company, and as far as trauma, I mostly faced a lot of different kinds of abuse and stuff in my childhood. That really like shaped my brain structure. Unfortunately. But EMDR has really helped me a lot. I really do recommend that to anybody who has trauma, especially if you don't remember your trauma, because it really helps you process the feelings, the emotions that come with it, the sensations, whatever you feel in your body, instead of just the emotions.
Here. Julia, sour sandwiches for $6 and under. Gotta have a wow.
To go to the beach for the first time in a while too, when I did the Moon and Sword photo shoot. The last time I went to the beach was a very traumatic event, and well, not that last time I went, but the last time I went swimming in the ocean. And the ocean used to be my favorite place, and I think it has returned to my favorite place, which I'm really happy about, because it took me a while to really get past that. And I feel like I really have. I feel proud of myself for that. Also, this society, like, in acting out of ego, I feel like this society does not value emotions, value, like, intuition, sensitivity, those kinds of things. Like, people tend to call just about anything corny because of their own internalized shame and their inability to release that shame and to see others from a place of love. And I think it's really sad because I think we could all be very happy and content with one another if we decided to embrace each other as we are, like, authentically. But a lot of people don't want to do that, and it's sad. It's sad. I feel like people are getting better at it, though, especially within themselves. Outlining this drawing. I don't usually do that, but I feel the urge to do that with this one. I'm gonna record some collective readings for TikTok today, and I'm excited for that. Did I ever believe that I would be doing TikTok readings? No. Am I enjoying it? Hell yeah. I think it's really fun to be able to, like, use tarot to help people. I also think tarot is just really fun. I think anything magical like that is really fun. I was always really into witchcraft and things like that when I was a kid. And then when I was older, I learned that there were witches in my family, and I was ecstatic. Ecstatic. Not following my original outline at all, like freestyling. Speaking of freestyling, I want to make music, like, just for myself to enjoy and to create something fun, because I love music, and I do have a couple, like, musical kind of talents, and I think it would be fun to put that to use. And also just have fun making music. I want to have an in-home studio when I'm older. Made a moon clay sculpture too. I haven't finished it though yet. I need, like, fishing wire so that I can connect the part that I haven't finished yet. Speaking of, I need to draw that bird out here. is here now. But I love you. And I will be back for week 3.